Hey YouTube, welcome to OMFG. I'm MTS,
And I'm Raymond.
and if you saw our last video, we brought up that Canadians spend on average about $200 a year on banking fees.
In this video, we're going to go over more of these fees and how to get away from them. Some of these fees you may or may not know can range from sending out something as simple as an e-transfer, grossing a check, taking out cash from an ATM, and the list goes on and on. Now we think these are basic financial necessities for an average Canadian, and the major banks are monopolizing on this fact. All of these small fees passively add up a dollar here, a dollar there, and the next thing you know, you spent $20 on fees a month.
So here's a little story. When I was a student, I had a free student account with one of the big banks. What I didn't know was that to update them every semester that I was still a student, and they don't have to give you any notification that you're no longer one in their bank size. I remember looking at my bank statement one day, being surprised that I got charged almost $20 for one particular month for doing something simple like cash withdrawal and sending out e-transfers. I had to call the bank and they said I wasn't going to get my money back that was taken away from me, even though I was entitled to these free services as a student. After going to the bank and showing them my schedule, I learned a very hard lesson that day. That these big banks are always going to be after your money in one way, shape, or form, and the only way around it is if you play by their rules or be prepared to pay for the high price of banking in Canada. But one day I got sick of playing by their rules, and I started reading up more and more on my options.
Stories like Imtiaz's here are not that uncommon. It happens to all of us, and that's why I want you to know that there are free options out there. In Canada, you have two main options for everyday banking. Let us introduce Tangerine and Simplii. We know that they are still part of the Big Five, but you know what? This actually works to our advantage in that we get big bank features and the security for the amazing price of $0.
Now we are aware there are other options out there, but for simple everyday banking, we believe that these are actually the best and easiest options for you to get yourself started with. Stay tuned for the next video where we go more into features, comparisons, pros and cons of these free banks.